Hey y'all, it's Indigo here. Glad to be back. Been on a little break from Grand Arena and haven't put out any videos, so I'm excited to be back doing some more of these. Let me give a quick shout out to my patrons. I appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you so much. It all helps. And anyone that's not a patron and wants to join, there's a link in the corner. You should be able to pause it and see that link and go check it out. See if it's something you might be interested in. I just recently updated all the tiers and everything like that, so feel free to check it out. Since it's the beginning of the month, I might also give a quick notice. Like, it's a great time to support your favorite content creator if they have a Patreon, since it starts over at the beginning of every month. So since today happens to be the first, I figure I'd mention that. Even if it's not me, you know, every content creator out there appreciates the support. So there's my PSA for the day. Let's go ahead and get into the battles here. Let's first have you take a look at the board. So my opponent set a fairly light defense. I almost thought he was going to auto set a defense, because sometimes he does that. And, you know, sometimes he plays and sometimes he doesn't. So I just really couldn't tell. And I didn't know what he was going to do. You know, some people just aren't interested in Grand Arena. I personally like it. But you can see the top zone there, just some basic stuff. Night Sisters, leftover First Order. He's got an EP team. It's all relicked up, but nothing, you know, too crazy out front there. So, and you can see the bottom here, there's a Grievous team and just some Geos. So not even a Galactic Legend showing, and he does have both. So I'm curious if one or both might be in the back. And you know, now we got the stupid double fleets to deal with. So if you do put Galactic Legends out, you should guard the top probably, since it's worth some more points. Anyway, you can see the first battle I'm going after is the bottom, because I want to see what he's gotten back and if I need to worry about Galactic Legend counters or not. So I didn't want to burn anything too crazy up front. It's tough when you just don't see any GLs showing and you might be expecting them. I wanted to save my Treya in case I need it for the Darth Vader counter. So I didn't want to Treya the Geos. And I didn't know if he'd put like Mon Mothma in back, where Treya works really well. So I figured this would be a good time to use the Night Sisters. They will also work fantastic against Geos. If you guys don't use this already, and you're still stuck on Treya or something else, you should really get your Night Sisters in shape, because they are kind of like a Swiss Army knife team. They can counter several other different squads, including, you know, standard Grievous teams. But you got Grievous, you've got Geos, and they counter all sorts of B squads. I think it's, you know, pretty useful. So you can see they just keep reviving. You're never going to get 60 banners, but you might get, you know, 55 if all 5 are alive and everybody's healthy, which is usually the case. Maybe works a little bit better for territory wars when you don't have to worry about health and protection banners, but here you do, so you do pay a little bit of a cost, but to me it's worth it. I mean, 5 banners and you get to save all your power. You don't have to burn a super overpowered team to get to see the back and see what's back there. So if I can use my Night Sisters here, that lets me save Jedi and Treya and, you know, everything else I have for the back zone, which is great. So that's what I'm doing. There's no real secret to it. You just let them die, and once maybe 2 of them die, you want to start bringing them back with Daka. So once a couple of them get dead, I don't want her to be the only thing for them to focus on. That would be bad. But you want them to die over and over, because it's just going to power up Asajj and power up Daka. And the more deaths, including the Brute, whenever the Brute dies, that will also power them up. So just keep at it. Keep doing it. Keep doing all your basics and calling assists from the grave and trying to get Plague down there and you know, just get them killed off. Try and focus on alpha when you can. That's what I'm doing here. Getting them down to the yellow, but they just keep going and healing up. Eventually, you're going to get strong enough to be able to take them out. Whether it's Asajj doing a big move or something, like right there, Asajj hits, called an assist from the grave, killed Alpha, and that brought back Spirit. So now that Alpha's gone, it's much, much easier. So at this point, you want to bring everybody back so you get as full banners as you can and finish them off. And there we go. 55 is pretty typical. Next up is his Grievous. And so for that, I just went ahead and used my gas team. I know it's nothing fancy, but there's a lot of different options you can use to counter Grievous. And it really all depends on how you play it and what fifth they choose to put in there. And here he's just got standard droids, okay? Droidica in there. I don't really see that a whole lot because people are used to putting Newt and BB-8. You know, they don't want you to use Night Sisters. That's why I went ahead and used them on Geos anyway. I figure I can just use gas here, and then that way I would still have plenty of decent firepower for the back. And then the 3 squads he's got showing up top, you know, that's not too big a deal. Because, like I said, there's nothing too fancy. I can just use some basic squads that I have. I don't need to save a whole lot of power to be able to get through. So, this is pretty straightforward. Usually let Grievous do his things, hopefully while Gas is standing. Once he takes a knee, they're going to kill somebody and activate super clones. So, that's kind of the goal here. And that happened, and now it's all about just waiting for Gas to rise back up, and then he's going to go put in some work. So that's what we're doing. Try not to kill B1 while Gas was still kneeling. You don't want to take extra damage, lose another clone. Now I can kill him, so that's what we're doing. Now I can take a couple hits as long as Gas is standing. You know, I just don't want anyone else to die and lose more banners that way. So got 2 left. Grenade took care of 1, and now it's just Grievous left. And there we go. Good night, Grievous. Only 51 banners there, so not pretty, but it is effective. Let's go ahead and go up top. We got to clear that and see what kind of ships he's got back there. Side note, I forgot to show it, but he did not have Galactic Legends in back. It was just some random junk, I think. I'll show that later. So for his Night Sisters, I looked at the speeds, and I thought I did the math right, but apparently one of his still went first, but it didn't matter. After that, I was able to proceed with business as usual. You buff up and then go for a quick kill. I know some people now are using Piet, and he adds a lot of offense and damage to the team, which is great. Mine's only gear 11, and I have never used him yet, so I didn't want to chance it here, just in case. So I went with my standard troopers just because I know how to use them and they're all set up to work right. And you can see that it's no trouble at all. He's got a gear 12 zombie. I just need something that dies easy. And there we go. Steamrolled him for 60 banners, so I'm happy with that. Now we're going to take out that EP team. And I brought in my own Darth Revan team. I forgot what I was saving that for, but you know, he didn't put anything tough down. So here I am taking it, and I left 1 off. That way I could go in 4-man and get progress on the underman feat. So that's what we're doing. Nothing too fancy to say here. Just more about throwing damage down the field. I got that Mass Fear from Darth Revan right there. And now I'm just taking out the damage dealers, trying to get as many banners as I can. And that's why I also left 1 out. You know, I don't normally underman a lot of stuff, but I'm really trying to get as decent a banners as I can. 1, because my opponent has everything for offense. He's going to one-shot everything if he wants. And 2, because I suck at fleet, and I'm going to lose so many banners there, it's not even funny. So for the 3rd team up top, I'll bring in my bounty hunters, Bosk lead, because that way he's got mechanics for recovering the health and protection. That way everybody's going to be topped up, and I'm going to end with 60 banners. Probably could have left somebody off just because then I would get an extra point. But man, I worked hard, you know, getting Grief up there and Mando. Everybody's relicked out. You want to use them sometimes, you know. So I hit the contract. Look at that. Slow it down just for fun because I like this animation. Mando's disintegrate. Boom. 60 banners there. So easy peasy. Open up those fleets, and of course y'all see Negotiator sitting back there. So that's going to be fun. He's got Negotiator and Radis. Okay, we'll save some fun for later. Let's go kill off the rest of those ground squads, and then we'll circle back to the fleet. I like to save my disappointment for last. So that's what we're going to do. In back, he just has some B squads. So like this Kira Nest, I mean, I saved a decent amount of power because I wasn't sure what this guy was going to put down. And like I said, he's set an auto defense before, or I guess he didn't set a defense and ended up with auto defense before. And I don't know if you guys have fought that, but it's a huge pain in the ass. And so you end up with both Galactic Legends and all the good characters on defense in these really weird squads. And sometimes they hurt. And if you don't save enough power, you ain't going to clear them. I mean, it's that easy. You can get stuck on a GL, and then your opponent can actually go in with lesser squads, clear the zones that you couldn't clear, on yours, and end up beating you. I've got some patrons that play that way, just by setting a tough defense and clearing everything with light squads for the people that go light defense. It still works well with auto defense. You're just using all your B teams. And I definitely didn't want that to happen here. So I really was expecting an auto D, and he ended up setting this. So he set this like on purpose. He chose these specific squads and said, this is what I'm setting on my defense. All the light stuff, and kept everything for offense. And as of right now, he still hasn't attacked. It's like 30 minutes till the end of the phase, and I don't think he's killed one squad. I don't think he's going to attack. I think half the time he doesn't attack either. And I think he's won a lot because he's been up against opponents who hadn't attacked him. But like I said, some people don't care for Grand Arena. And so this is how they choose to play. Get some free rewards. Good for them. On screen, you see I just brought in my Supreme Leader Kylo as a solo. It's the only time I'll underman stuff, with a solo when I absolutely know he's going to win. Because I don't want to get all cocky and then do it and end up losing. And I just think that's stupid. So that's it for his ground squads. Now we got everybody's favorite part of the match. Double fleets to deal with. And you know what? I'll show you my fleet battles. They sucked. I'm going to leave them in. Y'all enjoy this part. I'm going to go walk away, get a drink, whatever. I'll be back in a minute. And you guys can watch the fleet battles if that's something you enjoy. Or you can just skip ahead and see what happened. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that negotiator battle, because I sure didn't. And now we're wrapping up this malevolence battle against his Radis. And it's only a Radis, but I'm getting tore up, kind of. Not as bad as the negotiator, but still. And that's me saving my two best fleets for offense and putting junk down on defense. Like, these fleet battles are just going to be a mess just because we have so many, so few limited options. So I'm not looking forward to this season. I'm going to let y'all know I'm not going to be a happy camper. I like to practice my ground squads, but I can't stand fleet. It's so boring. Anyway, that's me clearing him. 2107, I guess that's good. I don't know. I don't think that's too bad. So that's what I got. I think it would be a little bit difficult for him to match that, but he saved everything for offense, so who knows? But again, I really don't think he's going to attack. I'll let you guys know, I guess, tomorrow when we go into the next round. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying your Grand Arena, and we'll catch you then. Shout out to my buddy Mikayas. He runs a modding service. He'll go through, make sure you got the right squad compositions and the right mods on the right characters. Give your account a real nice tune-up. I'll put the link to his Discord in my description. Go ahead and check him out. Tell him Indigo sent you. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.